Here I go. My big face. I feel like I'm always so close to the camera. Every time I do a video, I feel like I'm just way too close to the camera and I have to like back it up, back it up, back it up. Yes. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. I am here. I am live. I'm on my computer. Awesome. Oh, gosh. You know, I never know if I'm going to be nervous or not when I do these things. It feels like I'm always nervous. It feels like I'm always more nervous when I'm using my computer because my face is bigger and it's just some like psychology thing where if I'm just like on my phone, if I'm just on my phone, then like I don't really care as much. But because I'm on my computer, I'm always like a lot more nervous when I'm doing it live. So just bear with me. Um, So I'm just going to ignore that. It's telling me that my current frame rate is too low, but I'm just going to ignore that. Hopefully that's okay. Whatever. Um, Also, I feel like whenever I do lives, like no one ever actually sees them, which is crazy. Like I feel like I just talk into the ether and like no one's there. It's just like so frustrating. But whatever at the same time, whatever, it's fine. But I just wanted to get on here and do a live because I thought about doing a YouTube video and then I was like, I don't want to deal with that. I have like 9 subscribers right now. It's ridiculous. I mean, whatever. 9. 9 is amazing. But so here I am. Okay. So, I've been if you're on here, um say hi. If you know me, just say hi. I would love for you to um just engage with me in this process that I'm doing right now of sharing a little bit about what has been on my mind. So, a little bit of story. I think I shared it many times, but maybe not enough. So, I'm really, really passionate about women that are passionate about birth work. Okay. I think it's amazing. Like the whole birth experience, the whole like giving birth, going through the portal, like the whole thing is just so amazing. Like I spent hours and hours and hours and researching, how to have the most amazing birth experience, home birth, all the things. And as I'm sure many of you that are watching, you may have done the same thing. So I was really, really into birth work for a while. And I actually thought about becoming a doula, and I was going to take this doula training, this amazing doula training with the Matrona, um, whatever, not institute. It's not called institute. With Wapio, and I was really excited about it. I was kind of all in, and then something like redirected me. Something told me that this wasn't my path. This wasn't my path. My path was not necessarily about birthing babies, helping women birth babies into the world. And I remember a long time ago, like maybe 10 years ago, there was I was working on a farm, or it was working in a community that had a big garden. And I was the gardener. I was the main gardener there. And this man that I worked with, he walked by me and he said, "Oh, you're a midwife to the plants, aren't you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I am. I'm a midwife to the plants." And that was way before I thought about maybe becoming a doula, maybe becoming a midwife. And I ended up, of course, not becoming any of those things, but I had a midwife, I had a doula, all of those things. But this idea of midwifing people through their other big life transitions and experiences in their life we don't just give birth to babies. We give birth to ideas, we give birth to our art, our music, all of those things. It's just like, it's so amazing, the process. And it's a very similar process to actually giving birth in a physical way to a human child. So actually, a couple of years ago, when I was just starting out, I was like, you know what? I am birthing this, what I'm doing in the world. This is like a birth process, another birth process for me. And this whole idea of, who's the midwife, who's helping me with this process. Like, they're not delivering whatever I'm doing, I'm not sitting back as like an inactive participant, right? I'm not just sitting back and having someone else take over and tell me what to do. I am part of the whole process. Now, there were times where it was like, well, I don't know what to do. I'm going to need some help. Like, I need someone else to do my website or something else or whatever. And man, it's just come back around in so many ways that, when we are creating something new in the world, like we're contributing in some way to the betterment of society, and it's something brand new, and it's brand new because it's coming from you, and it's unique because it's coming from you, then it's something special, and it's a miracle of existence, just like a little baby being born, in a manger, for example. It is something that comes from your sacred heart. It comes from your heart, and therefore it is sacred. It is sacred if it comes from your heart and your soul, and like you wanting to share something magical with the world. It's truly a gift to the world. And it's important to honor that process. It's important to fully honor that process, that you are undertaking, because if you don't honor the process, then, who knows if it's going to come to fruition or not? Who knows if you are just kind of like half in, half out, like, not sure, like, oh, is this really going to happen? Oh my God. Ugh. Chances are that, unless someone gives you the push, unless someone is like, comes in and is like, this is how you're going to do it, you're going to do it this way, it's not going to happen. It's the same with birth. I feel like with my own, the birth of my daughter, I had a lot of help. It's important to have help. I had a lot of help. And but then at the same time, I was the one deciding how it was going to happen. There was a lot of suggestions, and there were some times where I was needing to be carried. To be honest, I was needing to be carried. And the rest of the time, it was just me being in my sovereignty and saying, this is what I'm doing. I made a post about this a couple weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, saying that, like, I had a very, very long labor. And there was a time where I could have said, I give up. I'm going in. Just get it over with. Let's see, 2 a.m. on Sunday to Tuesday at 6 p.m. How many hours is that? Gosh. A lot of hours. Yeah. But I decided that for me to have the experience that I was wanting to have, and it felt like in my heart, my destiny to have. Like I really needed to be there, stay the course, know that it would happen in divine timing. And the same thing has happened in my other creations is, you know, staying the course, knowing it's going to happen in the divine timing, and just being in the moment and being in the okayness of what is in the moment, that it's okay. You know, it's okay. Where you're at is okay. Now, there's a couple things that I am really, really, really excited about giving birth to this year, next year. One is I have written a few songs. I have no music to those songs except for my own voice. I want to share those songs. I want to record an album of those songs. I want to collaborate with other musicians on those songs. I want to bring that into fruition. You know, the past 2 years have been full of joy and sorrow, and I have channeled that joy and that sorrow into songs that I've written. And my voice is much more clear. I feel like I'm connected to the part of me that is holy, and my songs come through in that. So, yeah. So that's something I wanted to share. It's one thing that I'm birthing in the new year. Another thing that I'm birthing in the new year is, of course, some other parts of my soul business that I am deeply diving, recommitting to in a much more profound way. Now, the songs that I'm writing and creating, they kind of weave in. They definitely weave into what I'm doing in my business. And the part of my business that I'm really wanting to give birth to is really being a midwife to women that are rebirthing themselves and wanting some guidance or just some assistance along the way. As a midwife would even just be there and be present with the process, be a support, but not try to steer, try to lead what's happening. So that's another thing that I wanted to share is this this desire that I have to really be a midwife to creation, soul creation through women. Another part of that is addressing any sort of things that are held in the body that are no longer serving, because if we're holding on to things that are no longer serving us, then releasing and surrendering into that unknown part of ourselves is going to be even more difficult. It's going to be possible, but difficult. Now, going back to my own birth, or my daughter's birth, I can talk about my birth too, but by the way, my daughter's birth is, I was holding on to a lot that I was unconscious of. And that is why it took so long why the labor took so long, is because I had so much unresolved stuff that, like, that womb just wanted to stay shut in a way, like stay constricted. I actually started like going in reverse, like the dilation was going in reverse at some point because I was getting a little too relaxed and too comfortable in the tub. And but I think it was also this thing that was happening where I was, my body was like, I don't know if we can do this. This is really, really hard. I don't know if we can do this. I think we're going to take a break now. And it was just, it took movement. It took a lot of like, okay, this is happening. And the people around me, the midwife, the doulas, they were there to support me, and they were patient with me, and they were like, woman, you've got this. You are strong. You are confident. You are powerful. You are all of those things. You are all of those things. You are in control, and you've got this. We are here to support you. And that is what I want to do. I want to be that for you. I want to be midwife to whatever you want to birth in the world. And to do that, it requires stepping back, letting people have their own process, encouraging, like, you've got this. You can do this. You're powerful. You're strong. It's okay to ask for more help than you think you could ask for. Like, it's okay. It's okay to say, you know what? I just can't right now. But it's because of all of these things that I talked about before. Like with my daughter's birth. Man, there was a lot of unconscious stuff. Like I said before, a lot of unconscious stuff that I was holding on to during that birth. And so a tool that I did not have when I was pregnant, and a tool that I did not have when I was giving birth, was the healing work that I'm doing now for other women. In this sacred sexual healing and awakening work that I'm doing for other women, that is a tool that I have now that I wish I had when I was pregnant, that I wish I had when I was giving birth. Because if you think about the womb, if you think about the sacral centers, the lower chakras, like women, men, everyone, they have so much unresolved stuff, unresolved energy, trauma, all of that in the womb space. And if you have all of that, it's going to be really, really hard to surrender and let go and open up that that birthing portal. And it's the same with birth. And it's the same if you're wanting to birth something different and rebirth yourself, give birth to a different version of you. If you've got stuck energy, then giving birth to your higher self, to your highest potential, is going to be really, 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 really difficult. And it's okay too, because so many of us have a hard time doing that. And I've discovered I've discovered so much that man, there are so many amazing people out there that are doing it, that do not have this extreme frozen hesitancy. Now, they might have fear, but they're going to do it anyways. They go through the process anyways. Every single woman that I've known that has given birth, they don't give birth for the first time in complete, without any sort of fear, without any sort of hesitation. There is always some of that. But you know what? They do it. I did it, and it is possible. It is possible. And to do that, you have to know that you are supported, first of all. Know that you're supported, okay? Even if there isn't another person there, know that you are supported by the divine, by God, source, universe, however you want to see it. You're always supported, okay? And number two, you are stronger than you think, okay? You are stronger and more powerful than you think you are. And it's okay if you're not as strong as you want to be, because you are as strong as you need to be in that moment. And it's okay. It's okay to take breaks, and it's okay to just take it easy on yourself too. The other thing is that it is a challenge. It is challenging. Birthing something into the world is, oh my gosh, it can feel like death, because it is a dying, in a way. It is a dying that happens, okay? And it can feel like you are dying. But you're not dying. But you are being reborn into something amazing. You know, it's like being born, becoming a mother is amazing. And I'm not just talking about becoming a mother. This whole thing is about you are you are giving birth to yourself. This next year is all about us giving birth to ourselves. It's all about us becoming the version of ourselves that we know that we truly are meant to be. Fully expressed. Fully human, fully divine, fully expressed, and fully connected to our sacred hearts. Fully connected to the wisdom within us. Our inner elder, our inner grandmother, our inner, our inner father, our inner mother, all of that. We are connected to them. We are and we're connected to ourselves in that way too. So, it's going on 22 minutes. Okay. So, I saw a few people popped on and popped back off during this live. If you happen to be watching the replay, please let me know. Let me know what you received from this. I am just so excited to start this part of my own journey of what I'm here to share with you all. Whoever is ready to join me in that, and just being committed to, in every aspect of my life and in my business, of really being here to sit with and hold space for your own creations, as I do the same, and I am able to really create time and space for my own soul creations as well. It's going to be an amazing year. I really, truly believe that. And it's going to be amazing because we are going to create that. We are going to create that. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a golden, brilliant, wonderful year. And the things that so many people that I know are creating right now are so amazing and so magical, and they are completely devoted to what they want to birth in the new year, and what they want to gift and be in service to in creating the new earth for us all. And I'm just really excited about it all. Okay. Many blessings. Happy New Year's Eve. Whatever you're doing tomorrow, just remember, like, it's just a calendar date. One, it's just, and I have some other things I could say about the Gregorian calendar, but there is something that you can give meaning to. You can give meaning to that, right? And I'm going to spend the evening tomorrow at home with my family and diving back into my gene keys and my own I guess human design and all of that, and my astrology, and having that help me, and also just silence over this this portal. Even though, yes, it is just another day, but it is something that we are going into, and I'm really excited about it. So thanks for watching.